was a ship that put to sea, and the name of the ship was privacy. The winds blew hard and fear dipped down below me, crypto boys blow. Soon may the pirate chain come to bring us crypto, gold and rum. One day when the system is done, we'll take our treasure and go. But 2 years from shore, when her value it began to soar, the captain called all hands and swore he'd take those bankers in tow. Soon may the pirate chain come to bring us crypto, gold and rum. One day when the system is done, we'll take our treasure and go. No block was freed and the captain's mind was not on greed, but he belonged to the pirates' creed and took those bankers in tow. Soon days to be no more, the crypto sank then rose once more. Coins were lost yet we do endure, and still that system did go. Soon may the pirate chain come to bring us crypto, gold and rum. One day when the system is done, we'll take our treasure and go. To be no more, the crypto sank then rose once more. Coins were lost yet we do endure, and still that system did go. Soon may the pirate chain come to bring us crypto, gold and rum. One day when the system is done, we'll take our treasure and go. One day when the system is done, we'll take our treasure and go.
Can anybody hear Draeth? Yeah, Draeth, I think you need to sign out and sign back in.
Damn, so I've been talking to this whole time and nobody can hear me?
Well, we could see that you were talking, but we couldn't hear the sound.
Damn. Man. All right, let me rewind. Sorry about that, guys. So, so welcome to 2022, everybody. 2021 has been one hell of a ride, to say the least. And so far, just at the beginning of 2022, just from all the stuff that we have going on and plans that are in motion, things like that. It's going to shape up to be a freaking awesome year. I can tell you that right now. So yeah, welcome to the first monthly meeting of 2022. And let's get right into this. So first thing I want to talk about today is wallets, right? So Treasure Chest 5.4.0 was released, and it includes node-to-node encryption as well as TLS. And for those of you who don't know what TLS is, it's just it's transport layer security, which encrypts your data. So basically, the data that's going from your wallet to any node or whatever, or from node to node, completely encrypted. So the wallets are now ultra private. So even if your ISP is monitoring your shit, they can't read any of the data that's being sent to another node or the network or whatever, because it's completely encrypted. So Pirate just got even more private, which is awesome news. So hats off to Forge on that one. Is Forge with us today, or is he not here? If he's not here, then I'll just move on to the next item. But if he is here, it'd be great for him to talk a little bit about that. But maybe later. I want to give also a shout out to KOSIUS over here. I'm not sure if he's awake right now, but if he is, shout out to you, bro, because you've been kicking butt left and right with everything that you've been doing lately. On top of that, for those who don't know, he was in the AMAs for Pirate for both Gate.io, which happened on December 2nd, and also for KuCoin on December 6th. So huge shout out to him for all the work he's been doing, especially lately. He's been going above and beyond with a lot of stuff. It's been great. Also, if Cax, if you could post the link to the blog for the KuCoin AMA, that'd be great. And you could post that in the oh, too good, man. You're too damn good. And speaking of too damn good, we've had over almost 1,000 tickets on our ticketing system for support and things like that, which mostly Cax handled. Cax is an absolute beast, everybody, and I know for a fact everyone already knows that he's basically a robot at this point. So, dude is awesome. So, shout out to you too, Cax, for all the work that you've been doing for Pirate, all the support, all the management, everything like that. So, hats off to you, bro. On top of all that, then also going back to wallets for a second, the iOS wallet is in beta. If you go to piratewallet.io, it's further being developed, but already has a working version if you want to try it out. So I know it's been a long time coming with Apple stuff for Pirate in terms of the mobile wallet, but we're getting there, and we're getting closer and closer. So there's some really, really awesome news. And I think let me see. Okay. Yeah. I know that Satinder also has a wallet. I'm not sure if that's his wallet or not. Damn. So I know that we're working on some other stuff too, but Satinder has been working on an iOS version of a Pirate wallet, which is highly anticipated as well. So also hats off to him for the development of that. New Android version is coming up soon, and it's in its testing phase for Skull Island. So the mobile Pirate wallet for Android is getting an update sometime soon. So some really good news for all the you people who use the mobile wallet, including myself. I'm actually highly
Draeth, we
anticipating.
should
Yeah.
mention the update for the for Skull Island dramatically reduces the memory footprint, so it's going to work on a lot more of the low-powered phones.
Cool. Actually, awesome that you're here, Forge. And real quick, hats off to you as well for all the work you put into Pirate and the wallets and everything like that for the past year and upcoming years to come. So huge shout out to you, bro. I mean, couldn't
Thank
do
you.
this without you. But on top of that, do you want to go over the? I already mentioned the treasure chest update that's coming out. If you want to go into more in-depth detail for that, if you
Oh,
want
that's
to
already
talk,
out. 5.4 is already out.
or sorry, yeah, that's what I meant. If you want to talk more about the details of that update as well as the Skull Island update coming and stuff like that.
Sure. As far as the treasure chest updates, only the big news on that one is that we added the TLS 1.3 code so that the communication between nodes is encrypted. It doesn't mean that we have encrypted communications like a telegram or a signal or that type of thing. It means that when the transactions and blocks are being passed from node to node, that communication is encrypted. Before it was sent in plain text, but now it's encrypted. The nodes will automatically connect in an encrypted way if both nodes are capable of it. But if one node is not, it will continue with the plain text non-encrypted method, at least until we transition enough of the network until we make it not an optional feature anymore. That may take a little while, as we're probably going to need Komodo to pull in that code as well, so that the notary nodes also run in an encrypted mode. But for the time being, there is an optional setting in the options where if you want to, it will allow you to only connect to other nodes that are also capable of encryption. Hopefully we'll get there. I'm sure we will at some point. It's just more of a matter of getting the network transitioned so that it is fully encrypted.
That
As
also
far
means
as
that memos are encrypted too, right?
the what?
That also means that the memo field is encrypted as well, right?
Well, the memo field was always encrypted because it's part of the transaction, which
Well, yeah,
is
that's what I
fully
mean.
shielded.
So that okay, I got you.
Yeah. So I mean, the transactions themselves were already encrypted, but now passing the transactions from one node to another is also another layer of encryption. So it's just, wrapping encrypted transactions in another layer of encryption. As far as Skull Island goes, I've made Mulroy did the re-encoded the sapling parameters, which is apparently what was taking up a huge amount of the memory. So when I was profiling the new version, it was running on less than 500 megabytes. So I'm expecting that basically any phone out there can run the new version. We did find some clipping issues with some low powered phones that have a lot lower screen resolutions. So I'm going to look into that before we do a release, and some other minor issues. But for the most part, it seems like the new version is running very well. I have added multi-address support, as well as diversified address support. So if you're running Skull Island, and you're running above 5.2 and you have a seed phrase, and let's say you have added some diversified addresses to your wallet, because all of that's possible, and then you recover that seed phrase in the mobile wallet, all of those diversified addresses will get picked up. You can't add new diversified addresses, but existing diversified addresses on that seed phrase will get picked up. And you could add new addresses to the wallet. They will go in the same order as the full node and the light wallet. So everything's fully recoverable on your mobile. And you can export the view keys as well as the spending keys from the mobile wallet now. So if you've got a mobile wallet and you want to watch it on your full node, you can do that. Can't go vice versa because the light wallets don't have the import functions set up. But you can do it vice versa if you want to watch on the full node what someone's doing with the mobile. So some interesting new features and some better performance. I'm pretty excited about getting this out.
That's awesome, man. Absolutely awesome, man. Appreciate all the hard work. And also shout out to Mulroy, too, for all the work he's done on the wallet, too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's been doing some outstanding work. He's also been working some more on the hardware wallet. We don't have an implementation or a date that's going to be ready, but I talked to him about a week ago or 2 weeks ago, and said he was polishing up the UI on the hardware wallet and working on make sure the seed phrase is compatible and that type of thing. So that's coming along nicely from what I hear.
Sweet. Definitely looking forward to that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I've also
Now,
if you want to
sorry,
go
go
into
ahead.
further dev, I've been talking to the devs over at Qortal. I'm in their dev Discord now, so talking to them about getting implemented with their wallet, which is kind of cool. It's going to need a Java implementation, which I'm pretty sure that I can do at this point. The main issue, I wasn't super familiar with Java, and since most of the code, the backend code is in Rust. It was more of learning how to get the Rust code to talk to Java. But I think I have figured all of that out, all the nuts and bolts, and I can bolt that together at this point. So it should go fairly quick once I get a chance to work on it. And then the same thing with the Edge stuff. I've been talking to the devs over at the Edge wallet, and we need to do a little work for them with the SDKs, but I think that'll be fine. It doesn't seem like it's going to be a lot of difficult work. It's just a matter of getting it done.
Now, does the changes that you made to Skull Island, or that were made to Skull Island, does that help us in any way, shape, or form to try to get on other hardware wallets, or no?
Not really. It still has the same problem of needing the memory requirements. That's the biggest issue. It's just it needs that memory. Um, and most of these hardware wallets they just don't have megabytes worth of memory. They've got like kilobytes worth of memory. And the CPU processing power, that's just not there.
Gotcha. Okay. I didn't realize that those hardware wallets had very, very little memory.
Yeah, from what I understand, it's like it's tiny.
Gotcha. Man. All right. Anything else from the development side?
I don't think so. I mean, there's always stuff going on. There's always different stuff we're talking about. Like I know there's been some chatter about a by transaction viewing key, which I have given some thought to. I've got some ideas on how to make that happen. But it's
Can you
more
explain that
at
a little bit?
huh?
Can you explain that a little bit?
Okay, yeah. So every shielded transaction has a set of keys. Basically, it's got an incoming viewing key that the receiver of the transaction has that allows them to decrypt the transaction. And then an outgoing viewing key, which the sender of the transaction has and allows them to see where they have sent the funds. But the incoming viewing key doesn't allow the sender or the receiver to know where the funds came from, only where they're sent to. So, and these keys are generally, for the most part, derived from the spending key. Like your incoming viewing key is tied to the spending key that will then allow you to spend those funds later. But the outgoing viewing key typically is derived from the spending key of the funds being spent. It doesn't necessarily have to be. At the protocol level, it's not tied to it. So you can put in a null value for an outgoing spending key. You can put in some random hash for an outgoing spending or an outgoing viewing key. You can basically put in anything you want into that outgoing viewing key. The trick is to figure out how to store that or how to derive that based on the other keys in your wallet so that you can deterministically figure out what that outgoing viewing key is. Otherwise, let's say you restore your seed phrase in another wallet. If you can't figure out what those outgoing viewing keys are, you don't know where you sent that money. So that's really what it kind of comes down to, is figuring out a deterministic way to create an outgoing viewing key to attach to transactions that you're sending out. And I've got some ideas. It's just a matter of being able to do that reliably across all of our wallets.
Gotcha. Cool. Well, appreciate the explanation, man.
Yep, no problem.
All right, so let's move on to the next topic, which is there's a new structure and promotions coming for Pirate in terms of personnel, things like that. We're trying to make Pirate more efficient, as well as bring in some new blood to, help push Pirate along even further. So we will be making some changes in terms of how we're structured, how we run things like that, just to help it along further and further. So that should be coming probably in the next month or so. So be on the lookout for that. We'll make an announcement for that and everything, and keep everyone posted. So we're also working to improve the website. A team of community members is working to redesign it. So we're in the process of doing that. We want to make sure that everything is efficient, everything is easy to access, easy to find, things like that. And then we're going to be playing around with some different colors and things like that, just to brighten the site up a little bit more, stuff, and all that other fun jazz. So shout out to the community members that are helping out with that. Greatly appreciate that. So that also, we're working on an update for the roadmap for 2022 and beyond. We have a lot of stuff in our heads in terms of what we're going to be doing and how we're going to be doing it. So be on the lookout for that. And then lastly, wARRR will be getting an update for its staking in about 4 to 6 weeks, somewhere in that time frame. My dev team is currently working on some different implementations for staking in terms of staking rewards that, because some people complain they see a little bit of fluctuation, which is normal for pool staking, things like that. But, I understand people's concerns with that stuff. So it's always weird kind of seeing that if it happens. So we're making some upgrades to the staking portion of it. And once that's released, basically what will happen is you'll have to, we'll make the announcement as to when the new staking contract goes live. And when it does, we will be basically unhooking the old one from the token contract and hooking up the new one to the token contract. So once that happens, all you have to do is unstake from the old one, stake in the new one, good to go. So, and like I said, we'll make an announcement for that. And speaking of wARRR, it's been a resounding success so far. in terms of not only usage, but also the ability for it to generate income for our users and the project as well. So really happy with the results so far, and it's continually growing too. So it's just great to see. On top of that, the casino has been doing extremely well. So that's also been helping the project as well. Like I mentioned, we get a portion of the profits that come into the casino. So, there's been tons of players using it. And on top of that, the casino is going to be going to get some additional games sometime in the next couple months. And I know for a fact that they are currently working on poker. I know a lot of people have been asking about that, and that's something that we have on the list for development. So be on the lookout for that. All right, so aside from that, that's all I got for you guys today. Any questions? I'm not looking at chat right now, so Cax or Tim, if you want to post up or say any questions. All right, I'm looking at chat now, actually.
MM2020 is asking on YouTube if there's any update for treasure chests, specifically adding password protection.
Yeah, that's already been added.
Got Me Some is asking, what about atomic swaps?
Can you raise your mic a little bit, Tim? I can barely hear you.
Can you hear me better now?
So in terms of atomic swaps, yeah, that's coming, I believe, in the next update for the Atomic DEX. So that should be here soon or soonish.
Host2Bit is asking how many tax IDs from WARRR to ARRR now.
Wait, repeat that. Like I said, you're really low. I can barely hear you. Still there, Tim?
Can you hear me better?
Nope. But I'll put my phone, put my ear close. So what'd you say again? Still there, Tim? Yeah, Tim, just Tim message me. Is there any other questions? Okay, so the question was, what's the difference between atomic swaps and swapping coins on non-KYC exchanges? No email, no ID, nada. The difference is that it's more secure. Security is a huge deal. So swapping coins on non-KYC exchanges is a trusted version of atomic swaps, basically. Well, not even that. There's atomic swaps are leaps and bounds way further in technology and awesomeness. Basically, with atomic swaps, it's trustless and it's completely secure because it uses the blockchain to do everything for you. Rather than with the non-KYC exchanges, you're relying on a database, you're relying on all that other stuff. So even if that that exchange can get hacked, all that other stuff. Atomic DEX can't, because literally it's just a trustless swap. So Kak says, question from YouTube: when are you guys going to work with some YouTube influencers to get the word out? How many transactions from WARRR to ARRR now? I don't have the total transactions from WARRR to ARRR and vice versa at right in hand, but I can get that at some point today and let you know. In terms of the influencers, I mean, it's hard because right now, you know, you can go up to a decent sized influencer. They're going to say like, "Oh, give me $10,000," you know, So going up to influencers, things like that, it's rough because they're all asking for money for the most part. Sometimes you'll run into like a really rare person that looks in, like you tell them about the project, they look into it, they love it, they'll do it for free. But for the most part, they all charge money and it's not cheap. So Cobra asks, is Halo officially part of the roadmap now? Have we decided whether it's better to stay on Sapling or to move to Halo 2? And deep how issues with Komodo, or will it be better to have Komodo move to Halo 2 for an easier transition for us? Realistically, there's still some debate about it. Like I said, with Halo 2, the transactions are a lot heavier, a lot slower, things like that. So there's a lot of different things to weigh in terms of, you know, the pros and cons for implementing it. On top of that, you know, personally, I'd like to wait and see if there's any issues with it for quite a while. I want to make sure that stuff is tested, proven, good to go before we even think about implementing it. Another question from YouTube: will atomic swaps act the same way in terms of ease of use? Go to the site, confirm exchange rate, send a coin, and wait to receive other coin. That's not how atomic swaps work. Basically, you need two parties, because think of it as a trade, right? So you're trading one coin for another, right? So one party has to post up on Atomic DEX what they have, like basically they want to get R and they're selling Bitcoin, for example, right? And then they set how much what they want, and then from that point, you can basically take that order and fill it fully or partially fill it or whatever, and all that happens trustlessly. So. And DeJohns is correct. There was a price sheet that was leaked, and most people were asking for like $25,000 for a dedicated video. So it's pretty nuts. Yeah. Also, DeJohns, yeah, you're right. Some firms want $2,500 to $7,000 a month, but you also have to ask yourself, what are you getting for that money? Because I can tell you right now, that much money isn't really going to do jack in terms of, you know, getting the word out and things like that. Because that's paying some of their salaries for those people doing the work for creating content or doing whatever. But in order to get out into the big news cycles and things like that, it costs way more than that per month. I can tell you from firsthand experience from, you know, helping out with Nightlife Crypto that literally it costs way more than that per month just to, you know, get some good attention. So. Another question was when's the wallet update for lower phone requirements? Should be sometime in the soon, maybe this month or next at latest. We'll keep you updated. Yeah, we'll keep you updated on that. People are not aware of Pirate as much as yet, and why some blockchains are different. I'm not sure what that question actually is supposed to ask. Are there any other exchanges in the works as far as getting on right now besides Edge? Yeah, so we have several that we're looking into or talking with or in review with. So I'm not gonna go into any names, but that's pretty much all I can say as far as right now goes. So where does Pirate sit with all the hype coins and NFTs, etc.? Giving me an idea for the bells and whistles. Well, we do have that NFT contest that's still in the works. Wookie can give you guys some updates later on, or one of us later on. But basically, as of right now, you know, there's other stuff that we can try to implement into Pirate, but there's realistically, it's a lot easier. We can move faster by creating use cases to use Pirate for that stuff. So, one idea is like an NFT marketplace. I know there's tons of them out there, but if we were to have one to specifically use Pirate that would be compatible with, say, some other chain, which is possible. And I can think of a way to do that too, using atomic swaps. But, if we could do something like that, that'd be really interesting. So there's a lot of ideas out there. In terms of the hype coins, things like that, one thing you got to realize is hype doesn't last forever. So there could be a lot of hype around some new coin or some existing coin, but with a lot of things that I've seen,
I think your mic cut out, Draeth.
crap, I've been talking and didn't realize I wasn't queued to my mic wasn't queued. So basically, long story short, a lot of hype projects pay hundreds of thousands of dollars to get the word out there, but then all of a sudden, in crypto, especially in crypto, people move on to the next shiny thing after a little while. So that amount of marketing we need to continue. So literally, it costs like minimum, to get that started, probably like a few $100,000 just to kick it off, all that hype, and then tens of thousands of dollars per month to keep it going. So but anyways, enough of that. What other questions we got? Oh yeah, events that Pirate will be attending. Good one, Luke. So Pirate will be, I don't even know how the hell to pronounce this. Agiu Faquius, the Greater Reset, Acapulco, Float Fest, Bears Arms, Bitcoin, Hack Manhattan, Port Fest, and more to come. So we've got a lot of events that we'll be attending this year or sponsoring. Huge shout out to Lutz for taking the initiative on that. So great work on his end. See, there's bound to be some other events, obviously, as well. So we'll keep you posted on that, and also with all the events that Lutz hooked us up with, we'll keep you guys posted on when those are, when they'll be happening, and what we'll be doing for each one. So. Yeah, Lou, it's actually I got a new laptop for Christmas, but I got to get a new fan for it. So that's under repair at the moment. Okay, any other questions, comments, anything? Yeah, Cox already answered that one. All right, what's the best way to get pirate noticed? Coins as good as pirate shouldn't get overlooked. Honestly, it takes everybody, man. It takes a community to get the word out. So as much marketing as we can do as pirate ourselves, it's just as important for the community to talk to people, talk to people about pirate, talk to businesses about pirate, get pirate, accepted in as many places as possible. Adoption is key, as well as a vibrant community is key. So the more we talk to people about pirate and its benefits and how private pirate is, the better off we are. So, and sorry, I'm eating dinner while I'm talking about. Honestly, guys, in my opinion, the best thing we can do is education, not just with pirate, but with privacy as well. Because I know that the vast majority of people in pirate care about privacy, like truly care about their privacy. But there's a lot of people out there that either A, say they care about privacy, but they really don't, or B, they basically like, yeah, whatever. I don't really need privacy. So with those two situations, especially the people that say they care about privacy but really don't, what I mean by that is they're like, oh yeah, I care about my own privacy, but they don't do anything to protect themselves or stay private or have any shape or form of privacy in their life. It takes a lot of education on privacy to get the word out there that, your privacy is really important. Prime example, right? With all the information that Edward Snowden leaked, right? There's a lot of people out there, I'd say the vast majority of people don't even know who the hell the guy is and what he leaked. It's crazy. With all the crazy stuff that was leaked and put out there, it's just like the next couple weeks, story just blew right over. Nobody even remembers, So education is key. There's in most cases, it takes a catastrophic event in somebody's life in terms of like a privacy breach for them to really truly care about privacy. The important thing is to nip it in the bud, to make sure that they care about privacy prior to anything bad happening. So, like I said, education is extremely important in that sense. And I think that's one of the best things we can do.
Full Metal Alchemist has a pretty good question. He's asking, or he says Forge mentioned getting connected with Qortal. Are there other blockchain projects that Pirate is looking to work with to leverage our privacy technology?
There are several. Yeah, so there are several. I mean, it's really, really, really early, so there's no real point in really talking about who they are and stuff like that. But obviously, we have the BPSAA, which right now, this year, we're going to be working on a payment gateway for stores to accept, whatever coin they want, while the user pays in whatever coin that they want. So there's a lot of stuff like that that we'll be working together on and basically pushing out for adoption purposes. So. Anything else? All right, so it doesn't look like there's any other questions. So yeah, appreciate everyone coming. You know, hope everyone had a good holiday if they celebrate. Everyone had a good New Year, and I look forward to sailing the seas with all of you this evening. So thanks for coming. Stay safe, stay healthy, and I'll catch you all later. And my kids are screaming, so have a good one, everybody.
There once was a ship that put to sea, and the name of the ship was privacy. The winds blew hard and fear dipped down, blow me, crypto boys blow. Soon may the pirate chain come to bring us crypto golden rum. One day when the system is done, we'll take our treasure and go. She knows been but 2 years from shore when her value it began to soar. The captain called all hands and swore he'd take those bankers in tow. Soon may the pirate chain come to bring us crypto golden rum. One day when the system is done, we'll take our treasure and go. No chain was cut, no block was freed, and the captain's mind was not on greed, but he belonged to the pirate's creed and took those bankers in tow. Soon may the pirate chain come to bring us crypto golden rum. One day when the system is done, we'll take our treasure
no.
and
What do you mean?
go.
Yeah.
For feared days to be no more, the crypto sank, then rose once more. Coins were lost, yet we do endure, and still that system did go. Soon may the pirate chain come to bring us crypto golden rum. One day when the system is done, we'll take our treasure and go. As far as I've heard, the fight's still on, the chain's not cut and the block's not gone. We pirates make our regular call, we're with the captain, the crew and all.